Hello, everybody. Good evening. This is Robert from RJL 518. Seems like it's a little later, but that's because we had the time change today. So even though it's 8:30, it actually feels like 9:30. Welcome to another exciting edition of Inside Pitch 1977 One and Gone Tournament. This is Game 8. We are from Three River Stadium. It's the number 26 Toronto Blue Jays meeting up with the number 7 Pittsburgh Pirates. The Blue Jays are the lowest seed in the game. They are ranked number 26. They had a record of 54 wins and 107 losses. Of course, this is the first year that the Blue Jays actually played. So they were the worst team in Major League Baseball, at least in that season via record-wise. The Pittsburgh Pirates are number 7. They had a record of 96 and 66. And they are the highest seed in this first round. So we're going to expect to see some exciting action, at least I hope so, although I think the Blue Jays are a little bit outnumbered here in this game against the Pirates. So it's going to be Jerry Garvin versus John Candelaria in this first game. Should be fun as we get things set. I'll show you, go ahead and take a look at the bracket. As you can see so far, as we have already Detroit, Oakland, Texas, San Diego, Milwaukee, California, and Cincinnati have already moved on. Cincinnati, the Reds, who beat the Mariners earlier today, will face the winner of this game between Pittsburgh and Toronto. So we hope we get ready for an exciting ball game here. Everything is set to go, and I hope you guys will enjoy it like you always do. Who joins me in this game? Of course, if there are none here now, that is fine. You can watch the replay. Starting pitcher for the 1977 Pittsburgh Pirates is John Candelaria. He had an awesome year, 20 wins, 5 losses, a 2.34 ERA. He was exciting as a pitcher for the Pirates and one of his best years he had, in baseball at that time. So we're all set and ready to go. Let's go to the top of the first inning, and I'll introduce the players as they come out. Leading off for the 1977 Toronto Blue Jays will be center fielder John Scott. He gets the call in this game, and we are set and ready to go. Candelaria's first pitch is a 2-6, and it starts with a possible error on a throw. Scott, 2-2, that's a fly out to center. There will be no throwing error, obviously, on that, and a fly out, and that's one down. Next up will be the shortstop, Bob Baylor. Candelaria goes ahead with the pitch. 5-2. That's a strikeout chance. A 10's going to be too high. Three River Stadium subtracts 1 from strikeouts and 2 from walks. 6-2 for Baylor. That's a ground out to short. Two down quickly. And that will bring up the left fielder, Al Woods. Candelaria with the pitch, 2-5. That is a strikeout chance, and a 1 will do it. And he goes ahead and gets Woods out. And a very quick 1-2-3 inning for the Blue Jays. Bottom of the first, starting pitcher for the 77 Jays will be Jerry Garvin. He was 10-18, a 4.19 ERA, and he had the best ERA for the Jays for that first season of theirs. So he gets the call in this game against Candelaria. This is going to be a tough matchup for Toronto, kind of like Seattle and Cincinnati earlier. And the Pirates, this is a very good Pirates team. They are loaded. Leading off for the Pittsburgh Pirates, 77 will be shortstop Frank Taveras. He gets the call here. Garvin's pitch, 3-3. That is a blank. Taveras, 1-3, and that's a hit column roll to right field. That's a 13, and that is going to be a leadoff. That's going to be a leadoff triple for Taveras against the lefty, and that's a leadoff triple. He will go to third. Well, that's one way to start it off for the Pirates. And the Pirates start with a man on third. And the next batter will be the third baseman, Phil Garner. Already the infield's going to be called in by the Blue Jays. Garvin gives off a leadoff triple. Anything on strike? Let's see what we got. And that is a 14. Nothing happening. Garvin will pitch. That's a 4-5. That's at the ballpark. Garner, 5-3. And that is a Starline 1. And that is a fly ball to left field. So Garner flies out. That's out number 1. His sacrifice fly rating is a 1. That's a 5. That's not automatic. Tavares' base running rating is a 4. The ball was hit to left field, and Al Woods has no arm. So a 1 to 5, Tavares will score, and a 4 he does come home on the sacrifice fly. So even though Phil Garner didn't get it automatically, Tavares does trot on home. And just like that, it's 1-0 Bucks. And the next batter will be the right fielder, power-hitting Dave Parker. And he was a beast. Garvin's pitch to Parker, 1-4. That's a possible home run check against the lefty. That's a 1 to 11. A 15 is too high, though. So Parker gets the swing. And that is a 3-5, and he grounds out to short for out number 2. Here's first baseman Bill Robinson for Pittsburgh. So far, American League teams have actually done pretty well at National League ballparks, although the Reds kind of ended a streak there where the American League was winning more games on the road. Garvin's pitch, that is a 4-3, and that's a wild pitch. It is disregarded. 4-2 instead. That's a strikeout chance, and a 7 will do it as Robinson goes down on strikes. Pirates get 1 run on a hit, and at the end of 1, they lead 1-0. Top of the second coming up. Batting for the Blue Jays will be right fielder Ron Fairley. He's at right field today for this game. Remember, no designated hitter for the American League. The pitcher does bat. Candelaria pitches. That's a 6-4. That's at the ballpark. Fairley 1-5, and that is a single possible double. That ball is hit to center field. Fairley's base running rating is a 2. Omar Moreno's in center field. He has no arm rating. So a 1 to 2. This is a double. It's a 3. It is not. It turns out to be a single. So Fairley takes a single. Leadoff hit for the Jays. I'm going to change the dice color here. Bring in a black die and I'll go to a red die here. Next batter will be the third baseman, Doug Rader. Runner on first. Let's see if the strat die has anything. That's a 19. Rader's got a bunt attempt. His bunt rating is a bunt can be done here. Bunt rating's a 3. Rader 251. Fairly on first. Do you bunt here in the situation? I don't think so. I think I'll hit away. Infield is halfway though. Doug Rader. Oh, actually, ground ball double play for 4. Doug Rader. You know what? They're gonna put the bunt on, so I will do the bunt. So bunt is on. Let's see what happens. Candelaria puts on for the pitch. That is a 1-3, and as a righty, that is a star line. That is disregarded. So now Rader gets the bunt. The bunt is hit towards first base, and that is a 20, and that is a 20. His bunt rating is a 3, and that's popped up for an out. And Ron Fairley's base running rating is a 2. A 1 to 2, he's doubled off. And he's not. Fairley gets back. 1 out. Doug Rader popped that 1 out. Terrible roll for Rader to get. And that's 1 out. And that is a pop out to third. Next batter will be first baseman Doug Alt as Bearsden 007 joins me here. Haven't seen you in a while, Bearsden. Welcome. Let's see if we got it. That's a 2. Ron Fairley, that would be a 0. Does Alt want to hit and run here? No. Fairley has no stolen base rating. He's a dead duck if Alt strikes out. So no hit and run, that'd be normal. Candelaria will pitch. That's a 2-5. That's a strikeout chance. A 15 is too high. Doug Alt will hit 3-4. That's a ground ball back to Candelaria. And that is a 3. +1 is a 4. Candelaria has a +1 of 5. And remember, and also with the infield the pitcher automatically gets a +1 on a 6. So that's going to be, I'll check the pivot rating though still, because that's a hit back to the pitcher, and that's the second baseman's pivot rating, which is Stinnett. He has no arm. That is an automatic double play. 1, 4, 3, side, retired. As Doug Alt hits that right back to Candelaria. And that ends the inning. That is a 1-4-3. So the Blue Jays get one hit, but that is it. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Bears then says back to work. 1-0 for the Pirates. Jerry Garvin will come on. He will pitch leading off to left fielder Al Oliver. People forget that if a ground ball is hit to the pitcher has an automatic +1 towards the double play. So if it's grounded to the pitcher, it's on his card plus an extra 1, according to the chart, which I'm going by. Garvin with the pitch. Pete Stevens joins us here at Three River Stadium. 5-3, and that is a double question mark. The 15 is going to be too high on either one. So Al Oliver will swing 4-6, and he flies out to center. And we got one out. And the batter will be second baseman Rennie Stinnett. Stopped by at the concession stand for some popcorn and soda, now settled near grandstand seat. Pete Stevens, you always find the best seats here at any stadium we're at. Here at Three Rivers, one out. Garvin's pitch, that's a 1-6. That's a blank, he's not tired. Stinnett, 6-6. That's a single into right field, base hit. He will hold up at first. And now we'll see the catcher, Ed Ott. Let's see. Let me check the seat. So Garvin, 31, 9, 18, 27, 8, 9, 31. And Candelaria, 28, which would be here. So runner at first. Let's see if there's anything on the strat. And that is a 12. Nothing happening. Infield halfway. Garvin with the pitch. That is a 4-1. That's a blank. Ed Ott will swing 3-1. That's a ground ball to first base. Double play rating 1. -1 from Garvin. That's a 0, but they get the 1 here from the infield in. Hit to first base with a lefty on the mound. The shortstop is the pivot guy for the Blue Jays. And that would be Baylor. He has no arm. So with only a 1, they're going to turn a double play. And they get a 4. Stinnett is going to be out, but Ott makes it to first safely for the second out. So it is a fielder's choice. Still a runner on first, and that will bring up the center fielder, Omar Moreno. Another fine ball, another kind of an underrated ball player, I thought. 2 outs, infield is normal, and that is a 12, nothing happening. Garvin with the pitch, that is a 3-1, walk +10, and against the lefty, Moret becomes a 20 for Moreno, and he will walk him. So that moves runners to first and second. And that will bring up the pitcher, John Candelaria. He hit 225 and 77 as a pitcher. You miss Forbes Field. Not a big fan of multi-purpose Three River Stadium, but at least no poles to contend with. True. Forbes Field was a classic ballpark. Big, beautiful, nice. It really was. Big, beautiful, and nice. However, the thing about it, though, is that like all cookie cutters that were the multi-purposes, Three Rivers, Riverfront, Veterans, all the cookie cutter stadiums, Busch, they all were the same multi-purpose parks. 2 outs. Let's see if there's anything on the strat. And there's a 13, nothing happening. So Garvin will pitch. Although Candelaria could call a bunt, but not with 2 outs. Garvin will pitch 5-6, and against the lefty, that is a star line. And Candelaria is going to fly out to center. And that ends the inning. Nothing for the Pirates. They did get a hit. And at the end of 2, it is still 1-0 Pirates. We go to the top of the third. Out comes Candelaria. Alan Ashby will be the catcher, will lead off for the Blue Jays. Future Astro. Very young Alan Ashby, I should say. Future Astro. Candelaria pitches. That's a 6-2. And that is and against a switch hitter, a righty, that is a possible home run check. And that 6 is going to be too high on either one, so that's not going to be a homer. Ashby will swing, though. He gets a 2-5, and he lines out to short. Quick out. And the batter now will be the second baseman, Hector Torres. Candelaria, 4-3 against a righty. That is a blank. Torres, 4-2, single past third base. That is a base hit. Torres will go to first. And that brings up the pitcher, Jerry Garvin. Garvin using hitting card number 1. The American League pitchers have absolutely no statistics, so I have to go by those stats for 1977. However, I'll roll a strat, but I will put the auto bunt on. That is a 19, so Garvin is going to go ahead and bunt, and all the pitchers pretty much have a bunt rating of 4. So there is a bunt coming up, so let's first see what Candelaria does. Infield is halfway. And that is a 5-5 on Candelaria. That's a strikeout. The strikeout is halved, and that's not – strikeout is halved. So a 37, okay, becomes a 16. 37 divided by 2, all right, is 16 is a oh no, I'm sorry. That's 16. No, what am I talking about? Jeez, man, what's wrong with my math? Dang, 37. Let's see here. That is a shoot. You know what? Suddenly I can't do basic math. That is an 18.5 rounded down to an 18. And you got a 15 here, -2 from Three River Stadium. That's a 17. And even though it's reduced by divided in half, that is a strikeout. 2 outs. Garvin does strike out, as John Candelaria gives a big strikeout to Garvin, as obviously he doesn't know how to square the bunt, and there are 2 outs now. And that will bring up John Scott. Strikeouts are halved in a bunt attempt. Now we'll see if anything else going on. That is a 10. And let's see, nothing happening. So now 2 outs, infield back to normal. Candelaria with the pitch. 2-6. That's a possible error on a throw. Scott swings 6-5, fly out to left field, and there will be no error there. And that will nothing there. So no runs for the Blue Jays. They do get a hit. Bottom of the third coming up. Still 1-0 Pirates. As Garvin couldn't get the bunt down as he strikes out, attempting to bunt. Who leads off? That would be Frank Taveras leading off for Pittsburgh in the bottom of the third. Longtime Pirates radio announcer Bob Prince, who's described a hit to the outfield in the upper turf as a bug on the rug. Yep. Bug on the rug. Garvin will pitch. That is a 4-1. That's a blank. Taveras hit a triple his last time up. 4-3. This time he grounds out to short. And 1 down. And here is Phil Garner, future Astro. 2-5 from Garvin. That's a blank. Garner swings 2-2. He grounds it right back to Garvin. And that is out number 2. Now the power hitting Dave Parker. Garvin, 5-1. Against the lefty, that's a walk plus 10. And that becomes a 16. -2 is a 14. That's a 17. He does not walk Parker. But Parker gets to swing. And that is the 6-1. And that is going to be a fly out to center on a star line 6. 1-2-3 inning for Jerry Garvin and the Blue Jays. And still 1-0 at the end of 3. Yep, artificial. I remember going to the vet years ago When the Mets visited the Phillies one time, years when I was still living in New York, Veterans Stadium, hated that place. That was the worst the Veterans Stadium was the worst baseball stadium in baseball history. That was until the Trop was built. Top of the fourth, here's Bob Baylor. Blue Jays trying to stick with the Pirates. Candelaria's pitch, 5-4. That's a strikeout chance. A 15 will be too high. Baylor, 1-4, flies out the right. Flies out the right. One man down. Here is Al Woods. Candelaria with the pitch, 2-2. That's a blank against the left-handed hitter. Woods will swing 1-5, and he flies out the right. And now the capable hitting, Ron Fairley. Candelaria with the pitch. That's a 1-3, and against the lefty, that's a blank. Fairley swings 3-1, and he grounds out to second. Candelaria doing his job. Nothing there for the Blue Jays in the top of the fourth. Bottom of the fourth coming up. Here is Bill Robinson. Robinson struck out his last time up. Garvin with the pitch. That is a 5-5. That's a strikeout chance. A 6 will get him. He strikes out Robinson for the second time tonight. One down. Here is Al Oliver. Oliver flew out his last time up. You were from New York City area before relocating to South Florida. Yep. Was born in Queens. Lived in Queens for a little bit. Long Island mostly before I moved to Florida in 1979. But saw many a game at Shea when I was very young. Saw many a game at Yankee Stadium as well. Took trips to Philadelphia. Even visited Three Rivers Stadium one time to see the Mets play. Took a trip to PA. Garvin's pitch. I actually didn't mind Three Rivers Stadium. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't great, but it wasn't that bad. But now Pittsburgh playing at PNC Park. That's a gorgeous stadium. All the stadiums now are gorgeous except for Tropicana Field and Oakland Alameda. 2-5 on Garvin's card. That is a blank. Al Oliver, 4-4. That's a ground out to second. That's out number 2. And now we'll see Rennie Stinnett. Garvin's pitch, 2-2. That's at the ballpark. 4-4, and that's a fly out to left. And Jerry Garvin actually doing a pretty good job. He's given up 1 run on 2 hits so far, but he's doing the job. Blue Jays just have no offense. At the end of 4, the Bucks still lead 1-0. In a rapidly moving game so far. 23 minutes, and we're already at the top of the 5th. Leading off for the Blue Jays will be Doug Rader. Candelaria with the pitch. And that is a 1-1. That's a blank. Rader gets a chance to swing. 6-6, and he flies out to right. From a 1-1 to a 6-6. One man out, and here is Doug Alt. Candelaria, 2-1. And against the righty, that's a blank. Alt, 3-5. And that is a Starline 5. He flies out the left. 2 outs. You can look at Candelaria's star line. You can look here at his star line. Every hit is a fly. Every out is a fly out. Tells you what kind of a pitcher he was. Here's the catcher, Alan Ashby. Another reason why I like Inside Pitch. The cards are a lot more informative. Candelaria's pitch, 3-2. And that's going to be a range play. Ashby swings, 6-6. That's a ground ball to first. The ball is hit to Robinson. Not the guy you want to hit it to. His range is a 1. And he makes the play. I don't believe it. Robinson gets it, throws it to Candelaria, covering the bag, and the side is retired. And Ashby knows That should have been a hit. Bill Robinson makes an awesome play with a range of a 1, and he got it. And nothing for the Blue Jays. As we go to the bottom of the 5th. Did I go to any games at original Yankee Stadium? Of course I did. Of course I went to any games at original Yankee Stadium. Absolutely. Went to many games at the house that Ruth built before only a few years ago when I took a trip to New York to finally go see the house that Jeter built. When I finally went there to see a game at Yankee Stadium. And, of course, that same trip, I went to go see the Mets play at Citi Field for the first time. I liked Yankee Stadium. I thought Yankee Stadium, though, to me was a little bit too corporate. Citi Field, I fell in love with. Not just being as a Mets fan as I am, because I'm more Met. I can't stand the Yankees. I love the Mets. But I went to Citi Field. I had so much fun. Bottom of the 5th inning coming up, it will be Ed Ott. Plus, Citi Field, in my opinion, was more fan friendly than Yankee Stadium. Ed Ott will bat Garvin's pitch. 1-1. That's a possible error on a throw. Ed Ott, 6-1. That's a ground ball to first. And that's it to all. His error rating is a 7. That's an 8. He's going to make the play, and Ott will be out. If he will toss to Jerry Garvin covering the bag, and that's out number 1. Ground out to third. Here is Omar Moreno. Garvin's pitch, 3-3. That's a blank. Moreno 5-5, and against the lefty, that's going to be a double into right field. Base hit for Moreno, and he will hold the second base as he gets the double. First base hit given up by Garvin since the second. Moreno will hold at second base, and the batter is John Candelaria. Infield is normal. Let's see what the strat roll says. It brings up an 8. Omar Moreno, wow. Omar Moreno's attempt to steal third looks pretty good. 12, and that's an 8 on the board. His stolen base rating is a 15. Garvin doesn't give anything to it. And Ashby Ashby's got a -2 for an arm. It would be a 1-13 for Omar Moreno. Well, actually, wait, that's divided by 2, isn't it? So 12 divided by 2 is a 6. That would be a hit and run, actually. I'm sorry, that would be a hit and run. Nope, Candelaria hit away. Candelaria actually batted .225. So no hit and run. I'll take them both off. Garvin will pitch. That is a 1-2. And against the lefty, that is an automatic out. That's a star line. And that's going to be a 5. That's a ground ball to short. Moreno, in order for him to get to, he needs to beat the 1d6 roll. It is a 2, and he will. Omar Moreno will get to third base on the ground out, but Candelaria is out. And there are 2 down. He moves to third. And now Frank Taveras, who had a triple early in the game. 2 outs. Infield normal. Anything on strat? Let's see. A 5. Nothing from Moreno and nothing from Taveras. Garvin will pitch. That is a 6-5 on Garvin. That is a strikeout chance. And against the lefty, that's a 7. -1 is a 6, but that is a 6. He strikes out Taveras. That's a big strikeout. And that ends the inning. No runs and a hit by the Pirates. It's still only a 1-0 game. Question is, can the Blue Jays break through John Candelaria? Can they get past him? That is the question. We go to the top of the 6th. And Hector Torres leads off for Toronto. He singled this last time up. Candelaria 4-2. That's a blank. Torres will swing 2-5. And against the lefty, that's a fly out to right. If it was a righty, he would have doubled. Fly out to right. 1 man down. That brings up the pitcher, Jerry Garvin with 1 out. He will with 31 batters. He'll keep him out there. Candelaria 1-5. That's a walk plus 10, and that becomes a 19, and he walks the pitcher. Garvin trots down to first. He walks Garvin. You just walked a player who's never seen him, who didn't even go at bat in that year of 77. But that puts the pitcher on at first base. And now a chance for the Blue Jays. Going to take advantage of it. Here's John Scott. Infield is halfway. Anything on Strat. Candelaria not moving. He has no attempt at all. I look to see if there's a pickoff chance or maybe a bunt attempt, but nope. Candelaria will pitch. And that is a 2-3. And against the righty, that is a home. Against the right-hander, that is a home run check. Against the lefty, that's a 3, but a 7 is too high. Scott can't hit the homer, but let's see what he does get. That is a 6-2, and he singles into center field for a base hit. Candelaria's base running rating is a 1. In order to get to it becomes a -1, which is a 0. The center fielder for the Pirates is Moreno. He has no arm. So Candelaria automatically holds at second base. There's no throw. And now the Blue Jays have something going on with only 1 out. A base hit by Scott. And the batter will be Bob Baylor, and he is very capable of hitting. Infield still halfway. Candelaria now in a little bit of a jam. This is a big at bat early here. The Blue Jays have a chance. We'll see what happens. Candelaria will pick. First, I'll roll a strat, see if anything going on. That's a 5, nothing happening. Candelaria will pitch. That's a 5-1. That's a double question mark against a righty, a 1-16 star line. That's a 19. It's too high. Baylor gets to swing. It is a 1-1, and it's a ground out to short. Baylor's double play rating is a 2. +1 is a 3. Candelaria +1 is a 4. Stinnett, no pivot rating, so a 1-4, they turn 2. And they do not, but what happens is both runners advance on a 6. It's a slow rolling grounder to the shortstop, and the only play was at first. So a nice play by Tavares throws out Baylor at first base. There are 2 outs now, but runners at second and third. And now, can Al Woods do something here for Toronto? With 2 outs. And Al Woods is very capable of hitting. Candelaria. Runners at second and third. This is pretty much Toronto's first big break. Top of the 6th, down 1-0. 2 outs. Candelaria with the pitch. That is a 5-1. That is a double question mark against the lefty. That's a 1-9. And that is an 8. Woods is going to go ahead, star line, and that's a fly out to right, and that will end the inning. Ooh, big chance goes by the board. No runs and a walk for the Blue Jays. Still 1-0 Pirates. Toronto trying to stay in this, but that was a chance that went by the board. But Candelaria is showing his ability as a pitcher. Bottom of the 6th inning. Steeler fan 1933 now joins us at the Three Rivers Stadium. We are in the bottom of the 6th inning. Pirates lead the Blue Jays 1-0. Jerry Garvin for Toronto pitching a heck of a game. Question is, can he keep it up? Leading off for Pittsburgh will be Phil Garner in the bottom of the 6th. Toronto 54-107. Actually playing well against a team that was 96-66. Garvin's pitch, 2-3. And that is a strikeout chance, 19 too high. Garner swings 4-5, and he grounds out to short. 1 down. And that will bring up Dave Parker. Garvin's pitch. 6-3. That is a possible error on a grounder. Parker, 5-1. Single to right field. The ball is hit to Fairley. His range is an 8. That is a 9. It's not going to be an error, but Parker does get to first. A nice play by Ron Fairley in right field, but he throws it in. And Pittsburgh has a big insurance run on first base. And the batter will be Bill Robinson, who made a heck of a play at first. Infield halfway. See what the strat die says. That is an 8. And nothing happening. Jerry Garvin with the pitch. That is a 4-2. Strikeout chance in 11 against the lefty. That's an 11, but -1 is a 10. Robinson does not strike out. Three River Stadium helps him. He will swing. 2-4. Starline 2. He flies out to center. And Robinson is 0 for 3 in this game. Here's Al Oliver. He's 0 for 2. Infield now normal. Garvin's pitch, 1-5. Strikeout chance, 17 too high. Oliver swings, 2-6. Ground out to short, and that will end the inning. No runs and 1 hit for the Pirates. We're at the end of 6. It's still only 1-0. It still amazes me that I can have a 1-0 game here. And only a couple of days ago, we had what? A game that was what? 13-7? 16-2? You get those kind of games. That's why, and that's a good thing. You want to see games like that once in a while. But the Blue Jays right now want to see at least something happen. They've had a couple of opportunities. Top of the 7th. John Candelaria is still very strong. And it will be Ron Fairley leading off for Toronto. We have a 5-3 from Candelaria. That's a strikeout chance. A 5 is going to be good. Struck him out. 1 man down. And now here's Doug Rader, future Angel. Candelaria looking in. Raiders to pitch. 3-3. That's a blank. Doug Rader. 2-2. Fly out to left. And now the batter is Doug Alt. By the way, a great win for your Steelers today, by the way, bro. I can tell you Ben Roethlisberger looks good. But besides that win for your Steelers, I think I should say, how about them Dolphins? How about my Dolphins defense shutting down the Rams like that? They had no answer for my pass rush today. And how about a first touchdown for Tua? How about that? Tua gets his first touchdown. He looked okay. It was a very conservative offense. Luckily for Tua, the defense pretty much did all the scoring. 2 outs. Candelaria will pitch. Will pitch. 4-6. That's a range play at the ballpark. And a 6-3. And that's going to be a ground out to short. The Blue Jays are just not getting anywhere. Candelaria is shutting them down. 7th inning stretch, 1-0 Pirates. That's a great win. That was a great win for Miami. That wasn't a good win. That was a great win. That was a game I had circled as a loss at the start of the schedule. Miami's 4-3. I couldn't be any happier. I'll be happy if we'll just go. I mean, I'll be 8. Look, 8-8 be great. And now we got to go to Arizona next week. And I think we can win that game the way we're playing. We'll see how Tua does in that game. Remember also tomorrow, people, it's opening day. 1985 payoff pitch season begins. That game will be at 8. Will be at prime time. I'm going to probably start that. Since I got to do 2 games, I'm going to probably start that at 7. So that'll be a 7 o'clock start for opening day, 1985 payoff pitch. We got Cleveland at Detroit. Got Toronto at Kansas City. Two very good games. Looking forward to doing them. Should be a lot of fun as we now begin the 85 season. And yes, the return of the 10-minute ticker, which I know Steeler fan is counting on for his Astros. Bottom of the 7th, who leads off here? Rennie Stinnett. Rennie Stinnett leads off for Pittsburgh. Bottom of the 7th, Garvin still pretty strong. Garvin pitches 1-3, and against a righty, that is a possible. Oh boy, well, a 1-3, that is a blank. I'm sorry, I looked the wrong one. 1-3, that's a blank. Stinnett gets the hit. That's a 3-2, and he flies out to right. Sometimes I can't read numbers very well. One man out. That'll bring up Ed Ott. Another great baseball name, Ed Ott. Gotta love it. Garvin, 2-4. That against the lefty, that is a star line. And that's going to be a ground out to short. What a game Jerry Garvin's pitching. 4.19 ERA, and he is absolutely really shutting down this Pittsburgh lineup. They did get a run early, but he's done a heck of a job. Here's Omar Moreno with 2 outs now. Fans here at Three Rivers are enjoying it, but they know a 1-0 lead is nothing. 3-3 by Garvin. That is a blank. Moreno, 5-5. And against the lefty, that is a double to right field. That's his second double of the game. And exactly, that's the same role he had last time, a 5-5, which got him a double, and he will find himself on second base. And now the batter is John Candelaria, the pitcher. Candelaria did bat .225. He got 2 outs. He got a big run on second base. Yep, Ed Ott, the shortest name in baseball history. I'll let someone make the call here. Runner Omar Moreno at second base, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th. John Candelaria, he still has some inning, maybe an inning left in him. He bats .225, 2 outs. Do I have him hit? Do I pull up? Do I have him bring in a pinch hitter with a runner on second for Pittsburgh? He has about 4 batters left before he gets tired. Someone make a call. Pull him or hit him. Pull or hit. Let you guys make the call on that. Pinch hitter. Very good. So John Candelaria will come out, as Steeler fan says, yank him. So he will come out. Pretty sure they will bring in against a lefty. They'll probably bring in a righty. Let's see who they got here. And they're going to bring in Fernando Gonzalez. He'll go up against Garvin. Gonzalez batted .276, so he will go up against Jerry Garvin. Bottom of the 7th, 2 outs, big run at second base. Garvin is due to bat third in the next inning, so this is definitely his last inning. They will go to the pinch hitter for the Blue Jays. First, we roll Strack. A 13, nothing happening. Garvin pitches. That's a 6-2. And against a righty, that is a blank. Gonzalez, 1-5. Starline 6. He flies out to center. No runs, a hit for the Pirates. They strand another base runner. Garvin has done a great job. He's got nothing to be ashamed about. It's still 1-0 Pirates at the end of 7. Alan Ashby leads off for the Blue Jays in the top of the 8th. Let's see who the Pirates want to bring up to pitch. You got a switch hitter there. So in this case, the Pirates will probably just bring in their best non-closer if possible. See who they got available. Let's see. And then who we got next? You got a switch, right, and another pinch hitter. So let's see who the Pirates want to bring in. They are going to bring in Kent Tekulve. Why not? Kent Tekulve will pitch for the Pittsburgh Pirates. He had good enough of relief appearances. Had .306 ERA, fine pitcher. Kent Tekulve. Does that bring back some names? Does that bring back some nostalgia? He'll go up against Alan Ashby. Alan Ashby is the catcher. He batted .210. I'm going to see if the Pirates can make a move here. Do they have another catcher that can take over? They do. But do I have a batter that can use? Yes. Alan Ashby is going to come out, as I usually allow. If one team makes a switch, I allow the other team to do so if possible. Coming on to pinch hit for the Blue Jays is going to be Roy Howell. He will come in and pinch hit. Ernie Witt is going to take over at catcher. So out goes Ashby and in comes Ernie Witt. And he's not as good as a catcher though, that's for sure. But right now you need the hitting ability. So Roy Howell pinch hit against Kent Tekulve. Top of the 8th inning. Tekulve with the pitch. That is a 3-5, and that's a range play at the ballpark. 4-3. That's a fly ball to left field. The ball was hit to Al Oliver. His range is a 4. Does he make the play? It's a 1, easily, not a problem. Just takes about 10 steps to his left, makes the catch, out number 1. Batter now will be Hector Torres. Torres 1 for 2. All the Blue Jays need is a bloop and a blast. I know, right? Tekulve's pitch, 3-5. That's another range play at the ballpark. Same exact result. 6-2. And that is a star line 3. It's a ground ball to short. The ball is hit to Frank Taveras. His range is a 4. Does he make the play? No, he does not. It gets past him for a base hit. Hector Torres will make first. And that's Torres' second hit of the game. And now the pitcher due up, and we'll see another pinch hitter for the Blue Jays. And coming on to pinch hit for the Blue Jays in this matchup will be left-handed batter Sam Ewing. Ewing goes up against Tekulve, infield halfway. Another chance for the Blue Jays here in this game. One out. Runner on first. That's an 11, and nothing happening on the strat. Pete Stevens says all the Blue Jays need is a bloop. Well, that was a bloop. Now can Ewing provide the blast? Tekulve's pitch. That's a 1-5. Against the lefty, that's a blank. Ewing, 3-5. That's a fly ball center field. 2 outs. Infield goes back to normal as Ewing could not come through with the hit. And now the chance for John Scott. Scott singled his last time up. Anything on strat? A 14. Nothing happening. No. Torres on it first. Tekulve trying to get out of the inning. John Scott, the batter. Pitch from Tekulve. That is a 5-6 strikeout chance. An 8, and that'll do it. He strikes out John Scott. And that does it. So no runs and a hit for Toronto. The Blue Jays are getting some base runners, but they're not getting anybody in. And we go to the bottom of the 8th inning with the Pirates holding on to a slim 1-0 lead. The Blue Jays are the bottom of the 8th inning. Let's see, they got the top of the order for the Pirates. Frank Taveras leads off, got 2 rights and a lefty. The Blue Jays are going to just go to their best pitcher to try to keep it 1-0. They know they cannot allow any more runs. And coming on to pitch for the Blue Jays will be Pete Vukovich, and we all know who he is. Pete Vukovich will pitch for Toronto here, bottom of the 8th inning, to try to keep this a 1-0 lead, 1-0 game. Frank Taveras leads off for the Bucks. Vukovich with the pitch. 2-5. Possible hit by pitch, And he did. Hit plus pitch is +5. Tavares is a 7. That's a 12. That is a 12, and he plunked Tavares. Ouch. Ugh. A hit batter, and now you put a big insurance run on first base. And Tavares is a definite steal threat. And the batter is Phil Garner. Oh, Vukovic, I know, didn't want to hit him. Infield halfway. Strat roll still available. That is a 15. And because of that, Vukovic keeps the hold on Tavares. No steal attempt. The steal attempt is a 12. Vukovic is a -2. It makes that a 10. A 15 is too high. And a 15 also is out of the range of the bunt for Phil Garner. So it is a normal pitch. Vukovic will deal with it. 5-1. And against the righty, strikeout +10. 17 and a 1. He got him. He gets Garner on a strikeout. 1 out. And now Dave Parker. Again, anything on Strat. That's a 5. Now Tavares can steal. 16 plus 1 is 17. Ernie Witt has no arm. A 1-17, Tavares steals second. And he does. Tavares will steal second. That puts a big run in scoring position. Stolen base. Now the infield is normal. Now we roll a Strat die again. Could he try to steal third? That is a 19. No, and that's too high for Parker for a bunt. Now it's a normal pitch. Vukovic will pitch to Parker. That is a 4-6. Against the lefty, that is a blank. Parker, 6-2. Ground out to second. Tavares will move over to third, and there are 2 outs. And the batter now is Bill Robinson with 2 outs. Infield normal. And that is an 11. Nothing happening on the Strat. So Vukovic will pitch to Robinson. Here's the pitch from Pete. That's a 4-2. That's a range play. Robinson, 4-5. That's a hit column roll to left field. It's a hit column roll to left. And against the righty, that's a 12. And that's going to be over the righty. So here's what we got. It's over 10. So it would not be a home run, but you still got to roll the range. So the range is hit, and that ball is hit. That ball is hit to left field, and Al Woods is the left fielder. He has a range of 3. A 1-3, he makes this play. If he does not, it's a double. Woods makes the play. What a play by Al Woods. Takes away a possible double from Bill Robinson, and the inning is over. That just goes a fly ball and that just goes a fly out to left. And I can't believe it. Robinson can't believe he thought Woods was not going to get to it, but he does. And the runner stranded at third. Nothing across except for a hit batter at the end of 8. Still 1-0 Pirates. But now they go to the top of the 9th inning. Bob Baylor due to bat, and the Pirates are going to bring out their closer. Kent Tekulve's one of their closers, but they're going to bring out the Goose, and that is Goose Gossage. Here is Goose Gossage for the Pirates. He's going to try to shut the door. 1-0. What a well-played game by Toronto, by their pitching staff. They couldn't have done it really any better. You allowed only 1 run to a very strong Pirates lineup. But it's not over yet. Top of the 9th. Will we see some 9th inning magic? Bob Baylor will go up against Gossage. Last chance for Toronto to show up any kind of upset. Gossage with the pitch, 1-1, strikeout +10, and against the righty, that's a 14, that's an 18. He does not strike out, at least not on that play, because Gossage does have special Ks. Baylor swings, that's a 6-6, and it's a leadoff base hit. It's a single. Base hit by Baylor. Passes it past shortstop. And the tying run is on. Now, if you're wondering, there is a 2 on there, okay? And for Goose Gossage, against a right-handed batter, he got a special K, 1-3. This is only if it's an out. If it's a hit, it stands. So if this was if it was a ground out instead, that would have been a strikeout for Gossage. But that doesn't count. It only works on an out, not on hits. Baylor leads off, tying run aboard. And the batter is Al Woods, infield halfway. Anything on Strat? A 6. No, nothing happening. Just missed a possible hit and run. Baylor on it first. Tying run. Al Woods the batter. Here's the pitch from Gossage. That's a 1-2. Double question mark against the lefty. It's a blank. Woods gets to hit. It's a 1-4. Ground out to second base. Double play rating is 2. It's a 14, so the special K doesn't come into effect. So double play rating 2. 0 plus 1 is 3. Shortstop pivot is a 0. 1-3, the Pirates turn a double play. It's a 5. They do not. Baylor, however, is thrown out at second. So Woods will just replace him, but there is 1 out. Fielder's choice. The batter now is Ron Fairley with 1 out. Can Toronto finally break through? Anything on Strat? A 1. Al Woods, possible steal attempt. Steal rating is 11. Gossage adds 1, that's 12. Ott minus 1. A 1-11 for Woods to steal. No. Fairley bats 279. I'm going to let Fairley swing. 1-11. That's a 55% chance. And you got to get that runner moved over, although steal could be huge. But I'll let Fairley bat at 279. There will be a post-game traffic jam. Nobody leaving their seats. Steele was called off, and Gossage will pitch. Fairley, Gossage, 4-2. And against a lefty, that is a blank. Fairley will hit. 6-3. Starline 1, a fly out to left. 2 outs. And the last chance for the Blue Jays will be Doug Rader. Infield normal. A 2. Again, if Woods wants to steal this time. Now with 2 outs, you got the... do I take the bat out of Doug Rader's hands? No steal, but I'm going to check the bench. Give me a moment here. Blue Jays might go to the bench on this. Let's see if there's any batter that can make a smack. And there isn't. Doug Rader's the best shot. Doug Rader's going to come up there to bat. Tying run at first base, 2 outs, top of the 9th. No steal. I'm going to call it off. They're going to let Rader hit. Rader does have a little home run power. He hit 18 of them in 77. Gossage with the pitch. That's a 3-5. That's a strikeout plus 10. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that's the ball game. Because against the righty, that becomes a 23. And Rader is definitely out of there. And that does it. And the Pittsburgh Pirates, in my opinion, escape a tough game against the lowest seeded team, the Toronto Blue Jays. They win this game 1-0, with the first run coming in the first inning. And the Blue Jays got nothing to be ashamed about. They played this team tough. A couple of die rolls the other way, this could have been a big upset. But that will do it. In this very quick game, lasted an hour, and that was it. Lasted an hour, very quick game. Final line score coming up. Let's see, 1-0, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Errors, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For the Pirates, one run, 5 hits, no errors. For Toronto, no runs, 5 hits, no errors. Candelaria does get the win. Jerry Garvin gets the loss. Gossage will pick up the save. But the Blue Jays played this game as best as they possibly could and gave Pittsburgh, in my opinion, a run for their money. So what's coming up tomorrow? Well, tomorrow we'll have another game of Inside Pitch, One and Gone. And that game scheduled is the rematch of the 1964 One and Gone Championship. The Cleveland Indians going to Wrigley Field. They will take on the Chicago Cubs. We have a rematch. We also have the New York Mets taking on the Minnesota Twins. I don't know if I'm going to get that game in. I might now have to go to 1 game per day for Inside Pitch because now we're going to be playing Payoff Pitch every night. And if I keep on taking all your guys' time, you guys aren't going to have any time for anything else. So I think that's what we're going to be doing here. So Steeler fan, 1933, Bears Den, 007, Pete Stevens. Thank you all for joining me here today at Spray River Stadium. And we'll see you guys tomorrow for some more Inside Pitch. And, of course, the opening day of 1985 for Payoff Pitch. We start a brand new season. That should be fun. I'm looking forward to getting that one going. Take care, everyone. Stay safe, healthy, smart, and strong. And we'll see you tomorrow. Pirates over the Blue Jays, 1-0. The Blue Jays are gone. See you guys later. Take care.